Charbonnet. Touchdown, Seattle.
Off play action now. Darnold floats it. Open man. It's a touchdown. And Seattle jumps out in front on the first NFL catch for Torrey Horton. The rookie has a score. Trying to protect Darnold here. Over the middle. It's a touchdown. A.J. Barner. And Seattle's right back in it. An extra point will tie it.
To stabilize the team and the offense and go win some of these fourth quarter tight ball games.
Oh, bad bounce goes through the hands of Caleb Johnson. He may have touched that ball. That would be a live ball. Let's see what the ruling is here. It is a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Oh, Seattle gets the score. Seattle is still in field goal range. It's about a 37-yarder from here to try to go up 2 scores. And they're going to keep it conservative from Myers. Walker on the run. He may bust a touchdown. He will. Backbreaker from Kenneth Walker III. And Seattle jumps out by 2 scores.
Torrey Horton goes in motion on 1st down and 10. A play fake. Darnold on the move. Darnold throws, and he's got a man. Touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba. His first touchdown of the season.
This offense and what it's able to do, and this is old school Gary Kubiak going boot to your left side right there for Sam Darnold and able to get his shoulders around the head. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Left-footed punter booms one down the field. Good punt. Driving Horton all the way back to his 6-yard line. Horton on the return at the 20, right up the middle to the 30. Now Horton to the outside. Torrey Horton down the sideline. And it's a touchdown. 95 yards.
All the way to the house. And look at the key blocks. One there, knocking a guy down. Him doing the rest with his legs. And then don't let a kicker block you either. Surratt goes and makes the left.
If he takes him to the fight right now, if you follow him where the fight is.
Here's Walker. Kenneth Walker fighting forward and stretching for the goal line. He is in. Touchdown, Seattle. And they are pouring it on early at Lumen Field.
And made a great block. Look at him finishing it there all the way into the end zone. That's Robbie Oots, the fullback, who a week ago took out both Pittsburgh Steelers linebackers on one play.
Seattle inside the red zone. Darnold back to the air, throwing end zone for Horton. Touchdown! Torrey Horton, a punt return score, and now through the air, and Seattle adds to its lead.
And system on Friday, and then they demonstrated it. Tight formations makes the defense come in tight to where you are, and then when you break out and expand them, they're often open holes and slots horizontally for you running routes, and Horton took advantage of.
1st and goal. Walker following his fullback Oots, and Walker is in again for a touchdown.
Kenneth Walker is able to waltz right into the end zone. Watch him follow right behind the fullback, put your head down, and he has a nose for that end zone of being able to find a way of slithering, turning, torquing, doing whatever he needs.
Sam Darnold getting that one out in a hurry to give Kupp a chance.
From the 16, good protection, man open, caught, touchdown. A.J. Barner, the tight end.
That's a great look at it right here. 88 against 27, little hesitation, and then down and up. And look at the placement of that football. All 13 snaps so far with 2 tight ends. Get the matchup down in this red area that they want. The big talented tight end.
3rd and goal. Keep it on the ground. And does he get in? Yes, with that second effort. Zach Charbonnet hit by Thompson. Looked like he had him stopped for a second.
He and Walker, such a good combination. It's good to see Charbonnet back healthy. And that time using the power.
From 52, The kick wobbles, but makes it through. And the Seahawks win it at the gun.
And Smith and Jigba on the move, and Charbonnet will remain with a line drive. Caught, touchdown! Working on Vildor.
Great combination route here. Smith and Jigba's to the outside. He's just running a skinny post. Cup to the inside, runs a flat. Receiver to the inside, even inside of that, is clearing out.
And it's Charbonnet on first and goal. Touchdown! What a way to begin the second half. Back-to-back touchdowns by the Seahawks.
Their top 5 in run defense. It's just going to be a wraparound as he gets to it. Watch the blocking at a point of attack and then the kick out. And then it's just individual effort. This defense doesn't give up many yards, and they haven't given up.
Third down and goal. Flag thrown, end zone caught, back touchdown. Flag thrown, A.J. Barner's got it. Had one last week, has one today. Let's see what that flag is all about.
This is just a roll to the right. You've got a flat, then you've got a guy behind the line of scrimmage as your second read, but then Barner is coming from the backside. He's just working that back line, trying to find a window in the zone.
Frank Kubiak said that was the first call I made when I got this job. First and goal, caught at the 3. Touchdown, Barner sheds Levante David.
Just a little out route, easy one-on-one, but a missed tackle, an extra punt.
Fourth down and 2, Cup on the move, Charbonnet in the backfield. Darnold, here comes Diaby, and downfield, caught, touchdown, Torrey Horton.
Watches this pocket collapses. First he's going to get pressure from the backside. He steps up to avoid that, but I don't know how he gets out of the clutches to slide over to his left.
Reddick was there.
Yeah. So Walker's available there, Trayvon Walker, but just hasn't been very active as Darnold sets to throw. And floating one down the middle. And Smith and Jigba has it. Touchdown Seahawks.
One of those when you can't use your hands, you've got that much space right there, and Jigba gets on the toes of the DB and just says, see you later, I'm faster than you. And Sam Darnold throwing a dime.
Very good. Darnold for the end zone. Catch made. Cooper Kupp has his first touchdown this season.
He's got leverage, right? And he's going to go here, and he's just going to work himself over to here. Inside leverage on the defensive back. That's good on good because that's Jordan Lewis. That inside leverage that breaks to the sideline. And that's Cooper Kupp just getting it done.
In the center again.
6 offensive linemen in this first and goal. Charbonnet is the back. The middle was clogged. It stutter step, and now he tries to drive his way into the end zone with some help. Touchdown, they signal a flag is down at the line of scrimmage. They have signaled touchdown as the pile just pushed Houston backwards. No penalty if you couldn't hear Carl Sheffer. So Seattle takes the short field and butters right down the field. A couple of pass plays to a royal run.
And this is what Zach Charbonnet is known for, the lower body power. You can just see in that scrum, he just continuing to use his lower body, getting some help from his teammates.
More power than 214 pounds would suggest.
Yeah, absolutely. He has got to
used to make a play, force a field goal attempt. They had a chance there. Now they have to recover from the penalty. You go down 2 scores. The way the offense is playing in this environment could be trouble. And right for the end zone and scoring and dunking is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Flags down afterward for the celebration, but Darnold strikes to JSN.
You're going to watch Cooper Kupp go on an inside post. Petrie's going to follow. Look at Sam Darnold. Freeze it at the top. I mean, he's going to have chaos right there. Look at, he is getting destroyed, and just a trust throw to JSN. Look how JSN uses his body just to kind of float in the air.
Running behind a heavy formation and just walking into the end zone. And Seattle builds this lead in the final minute of the third quarter. Second touchdown for Charbonnet tonight.
Drive that has taken half the quarter. And Darnold roll, throw it, end zone, touchdown, Torrey Horton. Flag on the play, in the end zone.
This is a very Cooper Kupp-like route on the outside. You saw Torrey Horton go in and work hard against that outside leverage and just force his way inside and then break all the way across the other way outside.
Russian 5, Darnold taking a shot downfield, open again is Horton for a touchdown. The rookie has 2 in the first 2 quarters.
It's Mike Sainristil still. Watch this. This is game, set, and match right now. It is over. There is no chance that they're stopping that play, and Sainristil still was sort of one of those young, hot corners coming in, played well last year.
Seattle right back at it. Darnold 9 of 9 on the night. Takes another shot. And it's caught by Arroyo for the touchdown. Elijah Arroyo with his first NFL touchdown.
They are forcing teams into playing pure bump and run, man-to-man coverage because they can't stop the run. You can't stop the run, you get the quick releases, and you get the touchdowns. You think that one was good. This was his second choice. JSN was wider opener on the other side. Anybody could have thrown that. He really has so much confidence going in his game right now.
Play action here on first down, 13 of 13, and to the races. It's White all the way, Cody White for the touchdown with a 60-yard score.
Play fake, corner reacts up, and you go for a touchdown. That's all it is. Under center, they can't stop the run, so they all start jumping into the run game, and then you get behind them, and you can see Trey Amos looks like he was hurt on that play as well. It's just been so much fun to watch. This is the way offense is supposed to be played. The run game, he was the one on sort of a prove-it kind of moment here.
And Barner takes it in for the touchdown. So A.J. Barner goes in to take the tush-push snap. Even their tight ends are running in touchdowns as Barner takes the snap, kicking some dirt in the face of Washington tonight.
Walker the back, opening drive, 1st and 10. They began back at the 35. The fake to Walker, who offers a block. And then going deep and looking inside the caught. Smith and Chigba with the grab. What a catch. 43-yard touchdown strike. Working on Thompson.
Well, just got through talking about play action pass. Timed up perfectly with this call. Getting one-on-one on the outside. Because of the pressure that was brought by Arizona, that leaves them in man coverage. Able to take advantage of it as Smith.
Knight remains the back. Jacoby Brissett. Oh, there was the blitz. He was hit. The ball is free. Picked up by Lawrence. Will he take it in? Yes, sir. To the house. Touchdown.
Down by a couple touchdowns. Here's the blitz right here. You see the highlighted player. He's going to be the one that comes free. They brought 4 to the left and only had a 3-man protection. Lawrence is able to scoop it up and take it in and score.
Smith and Jigba still being looked at, and so he's not out there right now. Charbonnet blocked by Lucas. The broken tackle at the 5. He broke the tackle of Burke and taken in on the play. Nice run with his 6th rushing, make it his first rushing touchdown this season.
I thought Burke was going to be able to get him. He didn't fall for the big juke. He just was able to, and then watch the stiff arm. That's what gets it, is that stiff arm.
With a wrist injury, new middle linebacker today as well. with Ernest Jones out. 3rd down 11. Here comes Knight, knocked away again. Loose. Here comes Lawrence. Holy smokes! Another touchdown for Seattle.
Once again, it's going to be as his arm coming forward. It looks to me like that ball is knocked out before it starts moving forward.
2nd down and goal. Charbonnet the back.
And now you change up the personnel group that you bump back behind your 5.
It's Charbonnet. Hurdling. Diving. Touchdown!
Watch the vision here, and he's able to get his legs through. I thought he was going to get caught right there, and then he tries jumping up and over the top, and he's able to extend the ball before that left forearm.
2.5 minutes to go.
It's Walker. It is a touchdown. The first of the day for the Seahawks. Wiggle room is gone, and they finally find the end zone. It's a 1-score game with 2:23 to play.
Well, you see it happen so often when these guys go to the ground and they're not touched down by contact. You almost try to let them get up, and then you try to punch the ball out as they get off the ground. And here we'll see the young guard. He just gets rolled up into, man, that is the worst. It was Cross.
I mean, he's on this Seahawks team. Not a lot of stats this year, but really a great asset that they've brought in.
Darnold with time going up top for Jackson Smith, and Jigba drops it in the bucket, and he will backpedal for a touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. 6 on the board from 63 out.
And he gets on top of Amani Hooker so quickly. So you've got JSN going up against the safety. That's what you want. You're done. You're in trouble right there. He's on top of you, and a really good throw and really well played. I like the way the hand is up a little bit. Now getting back to some of those explosive pass plays.
On 2nd and 4, play action. Darnold to the end zone. Smith and Jigba with his 2nd touchdown of the day. 13 yards, and Seattle storms down the field to grab 6 out of the locker room.
Just watch the route. So he's going to win inside. Then he's going to bend outside to give him some space from the safety before he comes back. And just really well-timed, well-thrown by Sam Darnold. But really nice structure in the route to be able to free himself and keep him away from a big hit.
Darnold back to Charbonnet. Bouncing to the edge. Charbonnet towards the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. 5-yard scamper for Zach Charbonnet to the punt return touchdown.
See, keep an eye right here on Jalen Armour-Davis. I mean, he's going to be the guy that's going to have to make the play, right? Everybody else gets eaten up. He steps up inside, and once he misses, they have nobody that's set the edge. It continued to get transferred down the line, and Jalen Armour-Davis was the last.
He rolls, he's pressured, he's in trouble, heaves it up, oh no! Ernest Jones, house call! He will take it all the way! A game-changing play from Ernest Jones! 84 yards and no flags!
In the NFL have to come the hard way. The play's over. DeMarcus Lawrence, one of the best premier defensive linemen in the league over the last couple years, just take the sack. I know it feels tough to just accept defeat on 4th down. Just a young quarterback that's just not used to these situations, and he desperately throws it underhand right into the chest of Ernest Jones, and what looked like a prime opportunity for this Vikings offense.
See nothing here in Seattle. 2nd and 6 for the Seahawks. Charbonnet again. Over the left side, breaks the tackle, gallops free, touchdown. First one of the day for the Seahawks offense.
Of a runaway, but watch Caller Up and Barner here on the outside. They've had a lot of success today running the ball behind multiple tight end formations, extending the surface of the offensive line, guard, tackle, tight end, run the...
You know, it's their opportunity to come out here in the second half and start to eliminate the reasons why there's concern over this offense, but we're seeing a lot of the same things we've seen the last few weeks.
And here's Rashid Shaheed, big special teams play, breaking free, and Shaheed all the way to the house, no flags. 100 yards later,
the Seattle Seahawks have the lead. The first kick return for a touchdown in the career of Rashid Shaheed.
Now, most of these have come to the coverage side right. That came to coverage side left. And this is really what the dynamic kickoff has become, is like a running play. You know, we're trying to minimize the amount of speed and velocity into the collision. And you can't get out of your run lanes. Look at the blocks by Seattle. Look at that lane right there. You know, the last opportunity, Arnold Ebiketie had that last opportunity to squeeze that gap. And he's a couple steps away from doing
in this second half. 2nd and 11. Darnold over the middle. Jackson Smith and Jigba on the run. Breaks a tackle. He'll take it all the way in for a Seattle touchdown.
He's going to press outside, back up. There's the little stumble you talked about. Xavier Watts, 31, terrible angle. Terrible angle coming down from the safety spot. You've got to know that 11 is coming across the field and run to where he's going to be, not where he was. I don't know if he got caught with Cooper Kupp coming across in the other direction. The turnover bug is the one thing that they got to get fixed. That will be exposed. That will be maximized in the playoffs.
Darnold to Cooper Kupp to the end zone, and a touchdown for Cooper Kupp, his 2nd of the year.
Great job. They're going to go in motion, but watch what Jackson Smith and Jigba does. He's the one. He gets D. Alford caught up in that wash. Really nice play design by Clint Kubiak with the release of Jackson Smith and Jigba, with Cooper Kupp coming across in motion.
Darnold on 3rd down. Pressure comes to the end zone. It's Jackson Smith and Jigba for the 2nd time today with a touchdown.
Okay, our offense is back. Watch Sam Darnold on this. Drops back, waiting, pockets collapsing, straight up the middle, no jump pass, eyes downfield, tight throw to Jackson Smith and Jigba for the touchdown.
Myers, kick on the way, and it is good! Myers delivers!
2nd down and goal. Charbonnet into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Catch for Walker, and then they go to take the lead.
There's the rookie again, the left guard, Zabel. Watch this block right here, sustaining it against Kobe Turner, and then good tough running, getting downhill by Charbonnet.
Hand the ball off here. Walker. Kenneth Walker inside the 40. Kenneth Walker is out in front. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks.
Watch him in the middle. You'll see the movement from the nose, moves over. Good job of helping out. Then he's able to get up to the linebacker. And that's just Kenneth Walker with great instincts as a ball carrier, able to find that hole on the backside and then uses the speed to outrun the secondary into the end zone.
55 yards for Walker.
21 just because they won the Super Bowl, but that regular season wasn't fantastic. They caught fire at the right time.
Absolutely.
At the end of the year.
Yep. Had a hold off Tampa Bay and Brady. Then beat San Francisco coming from behind in the championship game. Meanwhile, that punt is caught, and down the line goes Rashid Shaheed for the score. Kupp sprints in motion. Darnold throws, and it will be in there for the 2 points. Kupp. Play clock at 3. Rolling left. Throwing back the other way. He's got a man. Caught. Barner. Touchdown.
Watch this route by Barner. Typically when you run this route, you work to the inside. He sets it up and then goes to the outside. See the safety there? That was Cam Kitchens. Completely fooled with that route.
Now you got a scrum in the middle of the field. These two teams, obviously, not thrilled with each other.
What an effort by Barner at 6'6" to climb the ladder and come up with that catch. Unable to hit the two-pointer, but with 6:23 to go, and the way their defense, 2 straight 3-and-outs, it's going to be an interesting finish here.
Does it go that way? 3 receivers to the left. Quick throw here, and into a lot of traffic and incomplete. Man, there was a whole traffic jam on the left side.
Ruling on the field of incomplete is under further review.
Well, Terry, you're on top of it. That's exactly what they're looking for. And wouldn't that be the craziest thing?
Continuous action here. Charbonnet did pick up the ball in the end zone.
So Brad Allen will get on the headset, check it out. I don't think anybody in the crowd had any idea what's going on right now. We probably wouldn't either without Terry.
That's true. That angle looks backwards there.
Terry, we're going to bring you in one more time. What are you seeing again?
That last shot we showed from overhead, it's clearly backward. Even if it was parallel, that would be considered backward. So if we look at that overhead shot again, he releases it, and it clearly goes backward to the point of first touching.
And that's where
and there's the recovery right there. That's in the clear and continuing action.
Can you imagine?
This is good. This is a good 2-point conversion. Yes.
Wow. Imagine this announcement. This place will go ballistic.
I mean, for what's at stake, is this the craziest 2-point conversion
ever?
Ever?
To tie a game of this magnitude in the fourth quarter with 6:20 to go. So Brad Allen is the man of the moment right now and tells us.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback threw a backward pass, which was recovered in the end zone by the offense. It is a successful conversion.
That is the craziest ever.
Craziest ever.
Darnold, play fake, looks, throws, caught! Smith and Jigba. Now comes the drama.
Here's the touchdown, Al. What a job by Darnold with a nice play fake and a good job of separating by JSN. No receptions in the first half. All 96 yards and a touchdown in the second half.
Varner in motion. Darnold throws, caught for the 2 points. Eric Saubert. They throw to a guy who hadn't made a catch or was targeted all night long. What a game.
The 3 receivers to the right. The tight end leaks. Look how close Kobe Turner came to knocking that ball down. But I'll tell you, Saubert deserves a lot of credit for being patient before he delays and comes out. Just wait. Got completely lost by coverage. Did a nice job of looking it off, looking towards that 3 receiver side, and almost like a check down. Came back to the backside, found the answer to hit that 2-point conversion, and good for him.
Calf injury on IR until last week. Signs a 1-year extension the other day. He's already paid the biggest dividend. Don't call his name all night long. There he is, 38-37. Can hoist up a lot of guys tonight.
And he knows how close he came to knocking that ball, getting his hand.
Hand it, Charbonnet. The power of Charbonnet to the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
The line gets the push needed up front, where Charbonnet is able just to head straight downhill and into the end zone. Keeping on the ground and finding success.
Go with a traditional fullback running back look, and Darnold's going to throw it. Hits his open man. It's Barner cutting it for the touchdown. The Seattle offense has come alive, but it's the defense that has set him up.
To escort him into the end zone, nearly untouched, but you're going to see he just slips behind the whole defense, and the Panthers completely lose him. Nobody within 10 yards.
A win, and they'll tie a franchise record with 13 regular season victories. Did that in 05 and 13. Handoff, Charbonnet rips through for the touchdown. Huge day for Zach Charbonnet.
Deep in the backfield here. and then walks his way into the end zone for his second on the ground.
Third down and 2. Charbonnet. He's got it and plenty more. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, take a look at A.J. Barner, the tight end. He's blocking Jair Brown, and Jair Brown's the only guy that can contain Charbonnet. And Barner, who is a blocking machine, does an absolute great job. It's one-on-one.
And here we go. It's Rashid Shaheed. With the seam, Shaheed breaks through. Still going. A flag flies. Shaheed's going to take it all the way. Let's see if it stands. It's a 95-yard return if it holds to start the game.
Tripping. Number 18. That penalty will be enforced.
Shaheed just right through the heart of the kickoff coverage.
That was
trying to make the tackle and the penalty on the trip on the kicker. No way to slow him down. What a trade to bring him in at the trade deadline. All-pro returner this year, and he shows you why. He's had this breakaway speed since he came into the league. And when you don't slow his feet, and he could hit a crease like that, no way to slow him down. You got Pinheiro trying to get him down. Oh, yeah.
Second and goal. Fake. Darnold. Looking. Firing. End zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Leading receiver this year. What a throw by Darnold on the run. Only where he could put it in front of Luter.
Here's Walker. Cuts back. Kenneth Walker is in. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Look, this ball is supposed to go to the right side of the field. Watch this. He feels it, and he cuts all the way back to the left side of the field. In run defense, it's hard for any defense to guard all 53 1/3 yards.
On first down, Kenneth Walker again to the left. Sprinted through. Walker's got another. Touchdown, Seattle.
You got Barner at tight end. You got Saubert just winning their blocks on the edge, and that's all it takes for Walker. A little space, and he's just electric in the open field. His speed, his explosiveness.
Walker looking for the trifecta. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Just off the right side, behind Lucas, the right tackle, Barner at tight end. Just seal the edge. Sundell leading up inside, untouched for Walker.
Walker gets it again. He tries to sprint to the edge. He's so fast. He gets there. Touchdown, Seattle.
An electric start. There's about 4 unblocked Rams in the hole, and Walker just stutters his feet and then uses his speed to the perimeter. He runs his route. It's really hard for any defensive back to get a beat on what he's doing.
Darnold looking at him again. Some pressure, though. Hit as he throws. Man open. Guess who? Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle.
They get enough time in pass protection. Smith and Jigba in the backfield. They get enough time for him to kind of stand in the pocket, wait for that to develop. He comes out, Cooper Kupp takes the underneath part of the coverage, and I just don't.
Darnold to throw. Back, hit, throws, end zone, caught! Touchdown!
Jake Bobo! It's his 4th catch of the year.
The 12s are fired up. All the coverage was rotating to the right side of the field. Bobo with a little wiggle to the corner, back to the post.
He's made the most of his opportunity. Hasn't been perfect this year by any stretch, but they love that he's a real football player. He gets in there and relates to his offensive line. He's done a great job.
3rd down here, over the middle. Cooper Kupp is in! Touchdown, Seahawks!
Coverage. The inside gets cleared out, and then Coop just feels the sweet spot in that zone. Darnold kind of looks to the left, opens up that voided zone a little bit. See the eyes get wide open when you see.
George Vellani's the running back. Fake to him. Darnold to the end zone. Barner's got a touchdown.
There's not much you can do about it, right? You've got to play the run game here because they're in such an advantageous position. You see the heat coming on the play, but eventually the dam had to break. They did get a substitution in there.
And they bring a pressure as well, and May got it knocked out as Witherspoon came under pressure, and Uchenna Nwosu is going the distance for a touchdown.
Same blitz, right? They're going to come here, they're going to go there, and here's the side, because as a quarterback, you have vision to that side, but he has not seen that blitz, and he hasn't had an answer for it. He did show a few answers, but you just have to sometimes tip your cap to the other team. They were physically tougher and stronger, and mentally they got the job done against us too.
And it comes out, and Nwosu comes up and gets it right out of the air. Sam Darnold's the first USC quarterback to start a Super Bowl, and Nwosu, another Trojan, fights on to the end zone. It's been an uphill fight all night for the Patriots. Canine, as he's known. Kenneth Walker welcomes the defense back. As the dark side defense has been lights out.